We all ask ourselves this question at some point. What does it really mean to be successful? Is it about the grades you get, the money you make, or the title on your business card? Well, what if it's something way deeper? Today, we're going to explore a completely different blueprint for success. One that you don't just stumble upon, but one that you actually have to build, piece by piece, with your own two hands. So let's start by totally reframing this whole conversation. What is true success? Forget about chasing some finish line. Instead, I want you to think of yourself as an architect. You are carefully designing and then constructing a meaningful life right from the ground up.
And this question just hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? We've all seen it. Maybe you've even felt it yourself. You can have all the talent in the world, be incredibly busy, but still feel like you're kind of just drifting. So why is that? It's because talent and ambition by themselves, they aren't enough. They don't give you a blueprint.
So here's the big idea. A truly successful life, the kind that feels solid and real, isn't built on just achievements. It's built on these four interconnected things: having a real purpose, a strong character, meaningful relationships, and a genuine sense of hope. Okay, so if we're building a life, where do we even begin? Well, before you can build up, you've got to have solid ground to stand on, right? That solid ground, that unshakable foundation that supports everything else you do, that's your moral character. And when it comes to character, it really boils down to something super simple but so powerful. There are really two fundamental truths here. Integrity isn't something you just switch on when it's convenient. It's a constant. The right choice isn't always the easy one, for sure, but it's always the one that makes your foundation stronger. This quote from the Bhagavad Gita drives that point home. Dharma here basically means your own true path, your unique duty in life. It's saying it is so much better to be authentic to your own journey, even with all its bumps and imperfections, than it is to perfectly copy someone else's version of success. All right, so our foundation of character is solid. What's next? Now we get to build the four essential pillars. These are the load-bearing walls that are going to give your life its structure, its stability, and its meaning. And here they are. These are the four things that hold it all up. Every single person needs something meaningful to do with their days, someone to love, someone who believes in them, and something to hope for in the future. It's a beautifully simple framework, but it is so profound. Let's just break that down for a second. Something to do gives you that sense of direction, a reason to get up in the morning. Someone to love gives your life this incredible depth, because it's not just about you anymore. Someone who believes in you. Wow, that's that external spark that can light a fire of courage inside you. And finally, something to hope for is the vision that literally pulls you forward, especially when things get tough. Now, this quote ties back perfectly to that first pillar, something to do. It's this powerful reminder to focus on the integrity of your work, on the effort itself, rather than getting obsessed with the results. The real purpose is in the doing, not just in the getting. And then for that fourth pillar, something to hope for, this quote from APJ Abdul Kalam is just perfect. Hope isn't passive. It's not just sitting around wishing. It is an active process. Your dreams, your hopes, that's the fuel. They turn into thoughts, and then, most importantly, they result in action. That's what shapes your reality. Okay, so foundation, check. Pillars, check. But how do you actually build this stuff? It's not like you just snap your fingers. Well, that brings us to the bricks and mortar. It all happens in the small, everyday details, the individual bricks of character.
And this is such a huge point. We tend to think character is forged in these big, dramatic, life-or-death moments, but really, it's built in the thousands of tiny choices we make every single day, consistently. The strength of your entire building depends on the quality of each individual brick you lay.
And here are two perfect examples of those bricks. Being honest, that's not just about not telling lies, it's a deep commitment to truth in everything you do. And being on time, it sounds so simple, right? But think about what it says. It's a daily practice of discipline, of respect, of responsibility. These are the habits that build a character people can trust. All right, last piece of the puzzle. Once the structure is built, you need the right internal environment to keep it strong and to let it grow. So think of this as the climate control system for your life. And who said it better than Steve Jobs? Stay hungry, stay foolish. Stay hungry means always wanting to learn more, to experience new things. And stay foolish? That means being humble enough to admit you don't know everything, to ask questions, and to try things without being afraid to fail. And I love this modern take on the same idea from Satya Nadella. This is that 1-2 punch. The goal is being a learn-it-all, not a know-it-all. That simple shift in mindset,
It's everything. It prioritizes curiosity over arrogance, and it makes sure that the life you're building never gets stale or outdated.
So, when you put it all together, what does it all mean? It means the real way we measure success. It isn't what's in your bank account or on your resume. It's an internal scorecard. It's based on the integrity you live with, the hope you hold on to, the love you share, and the purpose that guides your every move.
In the end, it really comes down to this. Your life isn't a race to be won. It's a project to be built. So the final question isn't about what you're going to achieve someday far off in the future. It's about the very next brick you're going to lay. So, what will you build today?